Well, why don't you tell me your name?
Okay. Is that thing on?
It is.
It is on? Oh. Hi, I'm Carey, and this is American Players Theater. And this is my first summer here. Well, I just graduated from the University of Minnesota Guthrie BFA program. Freshman year, we do a lot of I don't know how to explain it other than this is what everyone does their freshman year of acting school. And sophomore year is our big Shakespeare year, and it's the first year that people can audition for summer work. And American Players Theater has come for the past few years to audition just the senior class. So I'd always just heard about it, and we had a couple students come and work here, Leah Carey and Mark Halsey and Andrew Hovelson, and a few others. So people had come to work here and had sent back reports of the beauty and the majesty of it. And we came here my junior year, and a bunch of us drove in a blizzard, and some people rolled their car. It was a dramatic experience of getting here and finally auditioning.
This was for auditions?
Yeah. And then senior year, Brenda came and auditioned us again. So I had met her before and had heard about this place and had visited once, although it was in the dead of winter, and I don't remember any of it other than that building. But
So you'd actually never seen a show here?
I hadn't, no. And by the time I'd heard about APT, I was working in the summers, but had worked away, in upstate New York and in Georgia and stuff. So I'd never had a chance to come and see anything. As You Like It opened right before we did, and so I had seen that in previews and stuff. So I'd fortunately had the experience of watching people work on the stage, and watching people work on the stage who'd been on the stage for a long time, and watching people who were new, and kind of seeing things like, oh, it really works when people do that, or that's something that maybe won't work for me. Or noticing habits that other people have that I probably have that are less helpful. But I don't think anything really compares to actually doing it.
So is it unusual to get a lead role in a show here in your first year working with them? I don't know.
I don't know either. And I've kind of tried not to know.
Yeah.
Because, it's such a dream to me that I don't need to know if it's how it always works or how it never works.
Right.
It's just cool to me. There are different circumstantial things that make it work feel hard, but here I would say, they take really good care of you, so it's not like you're pulling 14-hour days every day or something, but the work creatively, hard is the wrong word, they just ask your best of you. So if you know your best, you want to meet that, and you want to fulfill the potential that they see that you have and that you know that you have. And if you're not bringing your A game, you can't really play with the team very well, I don't think.
Is there a point usually in the course of a production where you feel like you've got it all and then you kind of coast a little bit? Or
No, coasting's so dangerous, I think. I think that's the beauty of a craft. And I think many people in creative pursuits feel this way. It's just a continual learning curve. So you've never reached your best, and you've never reached full potential. And there's no possibility of perfection. And for me, there's so much of the show, and there are so many things to say and do, that if I even hit 70% of them, it's I had a really good night, because I managed to do a certain number of the things I have to do. But it'll continually evolve, and the more I learn about how to be on stage and how to work with the audience and about the people I'm on stage with, I hope I won't stop learning new things about them and learning new things to do.
Right. There are at least some things where you, at some point, you think to yourself, this is exactly how I want to be doing and saying this, and then you're able to keep that.
And it's such a deadly trap, because then the next time you do it, you're like, oh, I did it brilliantly last time, so now I want to do it exactly the same brilliant way, which is just, you're never going to be able to repeat it.
Right.
So
you almost have to forget about when something goes right and just not worry about it?
Yeah. Or try to remember how you got there. Oh, I know I warmed up really well that time, so I was really ready to do the first scene. As opposed to, I just tried to wander on stage and do something.
So you walk up this path every night?
Yeah. I wonder if there's some back way that most actors go, but I haven't learned it, so I like this route.
I can only see actors that have been here for 20 years on this path.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting to think oh, well, we've all got to walk up here like this. Everybody that wants to see the play or do the play, we're all going to do it like this. I try to get here before fight call, which is an hour before the show.
Fight call?
Yeah.
What
They
does fight call mean?
when there's a fight or a dance in a play, they'll do a fight or dance call, which is where you run through the fight or the dance in advance. Basically, so you remember how to do it and you're not going to kill each other.
So you do that before every
Before every performance, yeah. Especially in a rep situation where people are doing like 3 or 4 other plays. You just want to make sure everybody remembers.
Right.
Especially when you're hitting people or throwing people to the ground. Yeah, and I get here before that usually because I like to run my track of the show before we do it.
Your track?
Like all the places I go, I'll just run all of those loops so that my body remembers, like, and now I come on here and then I make this entrance and then I'm going to leave that way. And
Maybe we can see you do something.